Okay, I'm live on YouTube, trying to go live on Instagram, but it's not working. Okay, so we'll just delete that. End now. Okay. Hi everybody. It's sorry, technical difficulties. Instagram's being so weird these days, so glitchy. But let's tell everyone on Instagram to come meet us over here. Hey everyone, once again, I cannot go live on Instagram, but I will be going live on YouTube, and I'm going to save it there, and there's going to be relevant links, and I'm giving updates on my private classes and my work with Dr. Campbell, so join us on YouTube. Okay everyone, thanks so much. This is not scheduled. Sorry for, the impromptu, but I wanted to give you guys some updates and some relevant links and let you guys know what's going to be going on in the next few months here at the Castaway Kitchen. A lot is changing. The world is changing, right? So if you're new here, I'm Christina Kerp. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, author of 2 cookbooks, best-selling Made Whole, and my new book, Made Whole, Made Simple, which came out during coronavirus, so it's hanging in there. I have my food blog, thecastawaykitchen.com, with hundreds of free resources, articles, recipes, etc. The purpose of my job, my work online, is to help people heal through food, and really just creating recipes and good resources for people to feel better, and supporting a healthy lifestyle through delicious recipes and functional nutritional information. So this week, Wednesday, I had my first private supplements course, and it went exceptionally well. The feedback has been very positive. We had 25 participants in a private Zoom meeting, and this platform allows me to really dig deep into topics that I can't on YouTube and on Instagram or even on Facebook, because it's kind of getting censored out there. And that's fine, because they're essentially private platforms, right? However, I think that so I can better help all of you in a safe environment, we can have these private discussions, and it also protects me in the way that I'm compensated for my time, and in that dynamic, there's protection. I have like insurance protection I have insurance for my business. And as a practitioner, it's really important. And I know you guys know I say this till I'm blue in the face. Bio-individuality, I don't give just random advice on the internet, especially if you DM me and you ask me really specific things. I'm very hesitant. But in a small group, it's a really good deal, because you get to ask your more personalized question. I can ask you a little bit of your history and really help you. Plus, I really prepare for the classes. And so for my supplements course, I did a ton of research. I also gave all the participants of the class a PDF with all of my notes, where, I pretty much, like, all the things I read online, I compiled them in the PDF. I linked all the sources, and I put it in a PDF and for everyone who was there. So going forward, I'm going to keep offering these classes periodically. I will announce them via my newsletter. So that's why the first link on the captions here on the chat is my blog, because if you go to my blog, the main bar says sign up for the newsletter, sign up here, and you get a free ebook. But when you sign up for my newsletter, you pretty much get a weekly email with my newest recipe. You'll get an email when I post a new podcast, my Body Wise podcast. The episodes also go live here, but you get news on things like this, like my supplements courses. And again, it's not always going to be supplements. I think one supplements class was good. I might redo that one more time so I can record it and then offer these through a private reviewing. But I want to get your feedback. So what are the topics that you would like courses on? That one of the courses we want to have next is my sister is a holistic fertility educator, and we think one of her strongest topics is, how to understand demystifying the menstrual cycle. So for any women, people with periods who want to learn how to track their cycle and understand it better, that would be a great class. We're going to offer that soon. I think another phenomenal class to teach would be mindfulness around food, and having kind of an open discussion, roundtable discussion, where it's not so much me giving a lecture versus back and forth with everyone, to a safe space to work out these feelings of food and maybe restriction and a lot of confusion and the emotional dynamics of healing through food, which are often not talked about. So anyway, make sure you're signed up to the blog to get those updates. Another big update, which I announced this a while back, but I am now working with Dr. Becky Campbell in her functional medicine practice. As a nutritional therapy practitioner, this is a wonderful position for me to work under a functional medicine doctor in her practice. And A, I'm learning a lot, and B, I'm able to practice without having to seek out my own clients and do my own marketing. But again, she has access to phenomenal labs. And I want to explain a little bit how it works if you come work with Dr. Campbell and I. So Dr. Campbell, she's a functional medicine doctor. She has a virtual practice. And you might know other functional medicine doctors, some of them like Dr. Will Cole. He's kind of like a celebrity one. He's a big one. Functional medicine doctors have a really good thing going in the sense that they can order very good lab work. They've been trained in very specific protocols. They can treat pretty, like Epstein-Barr virus, hypothyroidism, histamine intolerance, mast cell activation syndrome, things like that. So if you're dealing with something chronic and you're kind of at that point where you want some testing done, but your regular like primary care physician won't run the proper labs, the ones that we run in Dr. Campbell's practice, we do the Dutch test, which is the most comprehensive hormone panel out there. It's a dry urine test. It's better than the saliva ones. It looks at estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, not just the levels, but the pathways. It looks at all-day cortisol. It looks at neurotransmitters. It looks at nutrient status. The other test that we run is a GI test. It's the Diagnostic Solutions Gut Map. And this one's really important because not all GI tests are the same. This one looks at the different strains of bacteria, the levels. It looks for infections. We can see if there's parasites, H. pylori, candida, any kind of overgrowth, fungus, yeast. And then also we do run full blood panels. Right now, we're not offering them to most people because most people don't want to leave their house. We've had a few people who are like, I want to do it anyway. But again, we can do full blood panel. We can test for, specific things. We can do full blood panel with Hashimoto's or thyroid. We can do full blood panel with Epstein-Barr. So if you need that kind of testing done and your primary care won't do it, we can do it through the functional medicine. So the way it works at Dr. Campbell's practice and how I work with her, which has been really amazing, is that when you make a consultation with Dr. Campbell's practice, you'll either get to talk to her or me first, depending on who's available. And in the first consultation, we both go over everyone's paperwork together, and she essentially together we work to find, what's the best tool for them. That first phase is always research. We're going to ask a ton of questions, do a metabolic assessment. We're going to ask what supplements you're on. Then we're going to ask you to follow a specific protocol. And the protocol depends on what your needs are, right? And we're going to have you fill out a food and mood journal and a symptom tracker. And again, I think if you're trying to heal through food, logging your food in a food and mood journal or a food and symptom journal is super important. The next phase would be we get your results back. And then that's when Dr. Campbell does the case review and we pivot. Now that protocol gets whittled down to something specific to your needs. We're going to do a video together, her and I, to kind of interview each other over this and explain it further. But this is what I'm doing Monday through Friday. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, Wednesdays is my only day off from the practice. I'm on the phone with patients from the practice day in and day out, and we're reviewing their food and mood journals. We're going over their supplements. We're seeing how the protocols are working. We're deciding what lab work is next. And it's been really phenomenal work. It's been very rewarding. It does take away a lot of time from the Castaway Kitchen for me, but I feel that it's an opportunity that I can't pass up because I love helping people and being able to help them on a one-on-one basis. This has also allowed me to see that you can affect so much more change in a more intimate environment with people, which is why I want to be offering these classes versus just always just doing these random videos online, because we can really get into the nitty gritty. So I am linking the Dr. Campbell's website. She does have 2 books of her own. She has a thyroid reset and a histamine reset book, and she has a lot of awesome supplements on her page. But if you want to book a consultation with us, you get to work with both of us for the price of one, essentially. Like there's no, oh my God, that was lightning. Crazy. It's been stormy here all day. So if that's something of interest to you, I am no longer taking clients on my own. As a nutritional therapy practitioner, I'm only working through her practice, but it's been amazing. So those are the updates. First, on a personal note, I am not in my house. You might be like, Christina, this doesn't look like your house. I am in my mom's house in Tampa. She is in Miami, so I'm here by myself with Jack. And we came down 3 weeks ago, and we quarantined for a sufficient time until we joined my sister and my nieces. So now me and my sister can kind of co-parent our children together during this difficult time, which really helps. My sister helps watch my son while I work. I'm a block away from the house that I'm building with Justin and I. We're building a house here in Tampa because it is a block away from my mom and my sister. And it's exciting to see the house come together. Every day I walk Bruce and they're working on it. And it's, I just ordered kitchen appliances. So that's been really great. It is very uncertain right now, the future of working online and what that's going to look like. I know a lot of people aren't talking about it, but content creators, we make our income creating free content because we get our ads on my blog makes money. And so that's how I get paid, because like writing free recipes, like I always say, like Instagram doesn't pay my bills, you know? And so I don't do a lot of affiliate marketing, especially when I launched my second book. I committed to cutting back all my affiliate marketing. So I'm not promoting any products with affiliate links. And I just was going to sell books and have my blog page. However, book sales are in the gutter right now, and my blog traffic is doing really well. However, my blog income is cut down to a third because there is no, like, the companies aren't paying for ads right now. So it's crazy that a lot of us influencers, that people are relying heavily on our content right now. Our income has been like cut in half. And I know it's not like an essential thing. A lot of people are out of work, but we're kind of in a similar boat where it's like, I don't know what's next. And so we don't know what the future is going to look like, because oftentimes when there are these big shifts, companies don't say, well, now we're going to start paying you guys again. They're going to be like, we don't need to spend that money on advertising. So I hope to be able to continue to do what I do because I love my platform and I love creating content. But for the time being, what it's going to look like here at the Castaway Kitchen is you'll still get a brand new recipe every day, every week. One recipe a week on the blog. I just posted a creamy cracked chicken, this recipe on the blog that is fire. Last week was a strawberry nice cream with a magic shell. So you're still getting amazing recipes every week. I'll never stop cooking. There's a new podcast episode, Bodywise podcast, twice a month. We might up that to 4 times a month, 1 a week. TBD on that. My newsletter is really it's the one last frontier. Newsletters and the podcast where we're not being censored. So that's where I'm going to be doing really good offerings and more information. Like I can't even talk about like supplements or immune support on social media without getting shut down. So it's really hard to, everything's very controlled right now. Like if you're not an MD or like with mainstream medicine, they don't want you talking about this stuff. But as we know here, having a healthy immune system starts with your food and your lifestyle. And no one's claiming that eating healthy will keep you from getting coronavirus, but it makes sense that if you're a healthy, strong person, you're least likely to get it, or at least you can survive it. You have more chances of surviving. So I hope that you join me on my newsletter for that kind of, exclusive content and to get the updates on these private classes that I'll be offering, as well as deals on things. Other things you might notice, I'm no longer supporting like big businesses right now. Like I'm no longer using Amazon links. If you want to buy my book on Amazon, that's all you. But I also have links to Target, Barnes and Noble, IndieBound, Book Depository, Words of Million, just because I think the larger corporations haven't been behaving so well. Although the CEO of Twitter is giving away like most of his income for the rest of the year to help the coronavirus. So maybe Amazon and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg will follow suit, right? We could only hope. Anyway, those are the new updates. So I hope that you will sign up for my newsletter. Look forward to the classes. Make sure you have a copy of so many spring books. I have so many friends with books coming out right now, and it's such a depressing time to launch a book. But yeah, and if you want to work with me, you can do so through the Dr. Campbell's practice. But I'll be in Tampa for the foreseeable future. And that's, I'll probably till the end of July, and then before we go back home, give or take, depending on how things go. And I will keep you guys updated on Instagram. I am updating ever so often on my house building and my appliances and all that. But for the good stuff, for the private classes and, more specific, health-specific content, and my new recipes, sign up for the newsletter. The link is in the caption. I know some people from Instagram are just joining us now, but I'm going to sign off, and this will be here for playback forevermore. So you can watch it whenever, and I'll add all the links in the caption. So as always, thanks so much for joining me. You can subscribe to the channel. I think up here, I always forget which way it is. I do upload the podcast episodes here. Laura and I are recording a video podcast tomorrow. We'll be putting it here as well. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are all home, staying safe. Much love. Bye.